Season's greetings and welcome back to Play That Rock and Roll, a show that takes a look back at the albums and artists of the classic rock era. Now there are two kinds of people in this world. One, people who like Christmas music, and two, horrible human beings who don't know the true meaning of happiness. Today we're going to celebrate the former and listen to some great Christmas music. And because this show is all about the music of classic rock, we're counting down the top 10 Christmas songs by classic rock artists. Since it's about classic rock artists, be warned, some of the all-time favorites won't be on this list. No Elvis, no Bing Crosby, no Temptations, no Bobby Helms, and no Pointer Sisters. Hey, shut up. I like the Pointer Sisters. So with that, let's start the countdown. Hit it. Number 10.
Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. Santa's run off to the Caribbean.
Okay. For the very small amount of you who did not immediately turn off this video, allow me to explain why Jimmy Buffett made this list.
Nobody likes Jimmy Buffett except for frat boys and alcoholic chicks from this town.
First off, I bet most of you didn't realize Jimmy Buffett even had a Christmas album. Well, he does, and it is exactly what you think it would be. A few Hawaiian-style covers of classic Christmas tunes mixed in with a few originals. I know Jimmy Buffett can be pretty polarizing, so if you don't like him, you won't enjoy anything on this album. But if you don't mind him, check it out. It's hilarious, and honestly a lot of fun. Love him or hate him, Jimmy Buffett takes the number 10 spot.
And a bottle of rum.
Fuck you, Jimmy Buffett!
Number 9.
So this is Christmas.
So it is, Mr. Lennon, and oh, would the villagers be burning down my house if I neglected to include your Christmas song, as well as the Christmas song of your former songwriting partner.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Both McCartney and Lennon's songs are quite impressive, as they highlight the stark differences between the two artists. McCartney's is a bit airheaded and full of bells and whistles, while Lennon's is overly political and slightly condescending. Now that's not to say I don't like both songs. I enjoy both, but perhaps not as much as most people do. I would probably say I prefer Lennon's, but regardless, both songs are classics and deserve the number 9 spot on this list. If I didn't include them, some of you might kill me. Number 8. One of the biggest criticisms of Christmas music is that so much of it is overly sappy, and it often tries way too hard to romanticize the true meaning of Christmas or whatever. To a lot of people, the meaning of Christmas is spending money you don't have on people you don't like and then receiving what you don't want. A bit cynical? Yes. But is there any Christmas music that those people can get behind? Yes. And it comes from the Kinks.
He said, Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoy.
The song tells a story of a group of kids beating up and robbing a department store Santa Claus. Oh, it's hilarious. And a good listen. Number 7.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. Run, Rudolph. Randolph ain't too far.
Chuck Berry, one of the grandfathers of rock and roll. Run, Rudolph, Run was a ditty he popularized in 1958, and it has been a Christmas classic ever since, thanks to the fast pace and great opening riff. Now, if I'm breaking my rule about having no oldies on this list, I'll replace it with Bryan Adams' cover of it, which is just as good.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. Run, Rudolph, Randolph ain't too far behind.
Guess who else covered it?
Run, Rudolph, Vixen can't be far behind.
A great song, no matter who's doing it. Number 7, Run, Rudolph, Run. Number 6.
Jesus, man, could you change the channel?
Fuck you, man. If you don't like my fucking music, get your own fucking cab.
I had a really
Now, I'll
rough...
pull up to the side and kick your ass out.
Man, come on. I had a rough night, and I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Now that's the one thing I've always disagreed with the dude on. I love the fucking Eagles, and their version of Please Come Home for Christmas is an absolute Christmas classic.
Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, by New Year's night.
I saw a Don Henley concert in 2009, and he performed this song as part of the encore. And you know what? I think I might have a clip of it. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Mr. Henley. I took the video down. It's off YouTube. It's down. Number 5. Okay, stop laughing. Look, I know charity singles are awful, but I guess it's just my soft spot for goofy 80s cheese that makes me genuinely love this song.
But when you're having fun,
Do They Know It's Christmas was one of the first pet projects for charity behemoth Bob Geldof. And yeah, the lyrics are a little on the nose.
where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears, and the Christmas bells that ring there are the flagging chimes of doom. Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Okay, a lot on the nose. But still, it's a nice melody and a bit of ironic fun. A guilty pleasure for sure, but look, it's my list.
Bob Geldof there, obviously an amazing man to whom we have a lot to be grateful, not him calling me a of course. Really, it's no surprise that he's such an expert on famine. He has, after all, been dining out on I Don't Like Mondays for 30 years.
Number 4. I bet you didn't know AC/DC has a Christmas song. Some artists do really well by staying within the box of their original formula. AC/DC is perhaps the best example of this. For nearly 40 years now, they have never broken away from their original style, but have still released a consistent amount of great music. And their one Christmas song is no exception. It's got dirty lyrics, a great riff, and some howling vocals. It's classic AC/DC, and it's my number 4 pick. Number 3. What would a top 10 classic rock list be without Bruce Springsteen?
Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm living in paradise.
Fucking wrong, that's what.
Help me out, Santa! Whoa!
Springsteen's cover of Merry Christmas, Baby should be a part of everyone's Christmas music collection. It's uplifting and genuine, and features some great E Street sax by the big man, Clarence Clements. This is a song that even people who don't like Christmas music should be able to enjoy. Number 2. The Little Drummer Boy is one of those Christmas songs that has been done over and over again, that at this point, it's actually pretty silly.
I brought these gifts for you, they're up in my bum.
But there was one artist who was able to produce a version of this song that is an absolute Christmas masterpiece. Seeger's rendition of The Little Drummer Boy, to me, is the definitive version of the song, hands down. It's soulful and somber, and in all ways beautiful. Bob Seger, the only artist to get The Little Drummer Boy right. Before we get to number 1, we're going to take a brief look at the flip side of classic rock Christmas music. Most of the artists on this list never produced a full Christmas album. 9 of the 10 songs we've discussed so far were released as singles, implying that the songs were simply one-offs, meant to celebrate the Christmas season rather than being a statement from the band itself. To release a full Christmas album indicates that a band feels it has something more to say about not just a song, but the entire genre of Christmas music. Something unique that cannot be condensed into one song. This is either a very bold statement or a cheap cash grab. Unfortunately, most Christmas albums fall in the latter category. So for today's mini top 3, we're counting down the top 3 worst Christmas albums ever put out by a classic rock artist.
La 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 la, la 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 la, look at the bells, holy crap, here comes Jesus.
This is Twisted Sister's interpretation of the traditional Christmas song, 12 Days of Christmas. This is heavy metal Christmas.
There's a lot of heavy metal Christmas music out there, so Twisted Sister's A Twisted Christmas is nothing new, and unfortunately, nothing worthwhile. A Twisted Christmas was one of Dee Snider's lame attempts to keep his band relevant since their 1986 flameout.
Hey everybody, I'm Dee Snider from Twisted Sister here at Audio Magic Studios on Long Island, New York. This is the studio where we recorded our new album, A Twisted Christmas. Yes, finally, a metal Christmas album just for you.
This is a perfect example of a nostalgia act turning into a novelty act. There is plenty of decent hard rock Christmas music, like the aforementioned AC/DC, but this attempt falls flat on its face, and it's a clear indicator that Twisted Sister has run out of steam.
La 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 la, la 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 la, look at the bells, holy crap, here comes Jesus.
What do you get when you combine excellent production and beautiful musical composition with one of the worst voices in rock and roll?
Who's got a beard that's long and white? Santa's got a beard that's long and white. Who comes round on special night? Santa comes round on special night. Special night, beard that's white. Must be Santa, must be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus.
Bob Dylan's Christmas in the Heart. I don't want to pick on Bob Dylan here, but I have to. The composition and production values on this album are done so well that if you had put them behind almost any other singer, a song from this album would have probably made it onto my top 10 good list. But behind what's left of Dylan's miserable vocals is simply a waste. My sole criticism of this album is Dylan's voice, but that voice is so grating and unpleasant that I have to include it here. Sorry, Bob, but maybe this is the Christian music you should have gotten into in the 80s, when your voice wasn't completely decimated.
La 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 la, la 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 la, look at the bells, holy crap, here comes Jesus.
Any artist that releases more than one Christmas album is probably a lounge singer or a complete hack. Number 1 on this list can be considered as both.
I do. I've always wanted to do a Christmas album. So I know there's been some people out there that have always said, you know, if you ever do the next album, make it a Christmas. So I think that's going to be my next thing. Do the old Peter Cetera sings Rudolph or something.
So beautiful, you just gotta love Christmas.
Chicago has released 3 Christmas albums, and their ex-frontman Peter Cetera has released one as well. With the gaudy horns and sappy vocals, these albums emphasize the very worst of Chicago, which in turn emphasize the very worst of classic rock.
You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with bells and holly.
Needless to say, for not only producing bad Christmas music, But for producing so much bad Christmas music, Chicago and Peter Cetera earned the top spot for worst classic rock Christmas albums ever.
We had to then forget that we recorded the album and work as though it didn't exist.
And now, the #1 best classic rock Christmas song is...
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Is it fair to put another song by Springsteen over, say, a different classic like Silent Night by Stevie Nicks or Gabriel's Message by Sting? Maybe, but it's my list, and it's an honest list. Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen is my absolute favorite Christmas song. It's just another example of the fact that you can't go wrong with the boss. I saw Bruce and the E Street Band perform this song during a concert in 2009, and sadly, it would be one of the final times that the big man Clarence Clemons would ever perform on it. And there you have it, the top 10 Christmas songs by classic rock artists. Now, if you still prefer the golden oldies, or perhaps something a bit more modern, or maybe something more along the lines of the theatrical Trans-Siberian Orchestra, hopefully there's something on this list we can see eye to eye on. And if you don't like Christmas music, get over it. It doesn't play all year. Thanks again for watching, and happy holidays. We'll see you next year.
It was such a powerful video, and you see all these like legendary musicians, like Bananarama and Duran Duran.
If you look at the women in particular, and not to be catty, not a good-looking one among the bunch. Honestly, Boy George was the best-looking woman on that album.
Santa Ultra Max. We got a Larissa blow-up doll for those cold nights on the road.